I'm the most consistent Cheez-It eater on the planet. These are the big ones too. Today we're listening to The Glow Part 2. I heard about this album in my Death Consciousness review, and I think there was actually a comment before a few videos back regarding this project as well. I love hearing about these albums through comment sections because I've never heard of this before at all. I don't know what genre that it's in. I don't know anything about this album. I don't know what it sounds like, and for that reason I'm very scared. But I'm gonna try my best to do my analysis of every song, at least a little bit, and give my thoughts on the production as well. That's what I usually do, and I'm usually awful at it. So if you want me to keep doing it, drop a comment, recommendation. I'll get to it maybe. So I recorded the intro to that last night, but I actually went to bed immediately after because it was just too late, and I didn't want to do a whole album tired. I wanted to get my fresh thoughts on this, and yeah, let's get right into it. Track number 1 is I Want Wind to Blow.
The thunderclouds broke up, the clacking
Very intimate vocals.
fluorescent lights, there's sacrifice, there's hard feelings, there's pointless waste.
Ooh. I love that percussion work.
I've been set free, there's no breeze, there's no ship on my sea.
This is so nice. Well, I like how I like that kick. I like that kick a lot. Oh. That was amazing. I love the songwriting on that. So many lyrics about how just nature playing an effect on him, but the song's not about nature. It's about his, I'm assuming, a breakup, and just how he wants the wind to kind of sweep him off his feet and take him to someplace fresh, someplace new, where he doesn't have to deal with it anymore. I really like that, and I really like the instrumental second half of that. I like how it didn't just end after the vocals, and that it continued on and it kept going, and I like the drums. Track number 2, which we heard a little intense snippet of, is The Glow Part 2. This is a little insane. Oh, okay. That just went a different direction. That piano is like such a nice little touch. Oh, he's hitting that. He's hitting that note. Oh my. Ooh. Little drums coming in. It's kind of a strange pattern. Hard for me to understand what the track is about because I don't really know the context behind the first Glow. I don't know if there's a Glow Part 1 because I checked through their thing. I couldn't find an album that was the Glow Part 1. But from what I'm getting, it's that the past version of the Glow is not really a thing anymore, and he kind of forgot his songs when it comes to that matter. So many other kind of lyrics to digest, and just each one was the song. I mean, the songwriting on here is incredible. I love this guitar progression.
I drove up to the city.
I was not expecting that. He needs a chill.
My chest was full, 'cause we both were just floating in space over molten rock, and places we discovered that our skin is soft. I went out last night to forget, and just stared back at me, and it's like
Obviously, he's reflecting on a past relationship that, is not existing anymore. That's why the last part there where he returns to the moon and then he sees nothing but, the moon looking back at him and his 2 feet, kind of referring to the fact that, the person he was there with isn't there anymore. It's just his feet. Yeah, I should not be listening to this right now. Just for my mental health sake, this is just not good for me. The little trumpets too during the chorus, I think they were trumpets. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But those made the track for me instrumentally. Him describing the good moments that they had together, of them, just realizing that all they are is just, they're just floating on a planet, and them discovering that death is inevitable was comforting to them while they were under the moon, and it was comforting because they were together. And then he goes out later, and it's like the whole track just collapses in on itself, because the whole track he's talking about the times that they had together, and then it's the last 4 lines where it's like, yeah, that's it, it's not that anymore, and they're not together anymore. That's done. Track number 4 is Headless Horseman. Dude, we gotta stop with these breakup songs, or else I'm gonna start crying. This is not happy. This is not happy at all.
I wish you the best of luck. You deserve yourself a headless horseman. Walked aimlessly around with a flaming pumpkin head. Miss my closest friend.
God, shut the fuck up!
It's a precious
I think I can speak for a lot of people out there that, this is a beautiful song, but I absolutely hate relating to it. So clever when he says that, he's a headless horseman, kind of the, I forgot what story it's from, where it's the guy with the head, who is the headless horseman who's carrying his head as a pumpkin head. I think he's walking around aimlessly, and the pumpkin head is like the things that he had for her, and like the objects that he had during the breakup, and he's just walking around with it aimlessly because he doesn't know who he is anymore without it, without having to use those things. This is deep shit. This is deep shit, man. Track number 5 is My Roots Are Strong and Deep.
My roots are strong and deep. I'm swaying in your breeze.
Oh my god. Is that a piano?
My feet are bound, but compared to you, I'm small. The things we need wrapped around the earth.
Why did that end so early? Referring to the potential of that relationship as trees. The little distorted piano that was playing on both sides of my ears while he was singing, that was, wow. It's like his tree is so different from hers, where they just can't connect. Track number 6 is an instrumental, as we can clearly see. So, yeah. I really wish that kept going, man. I was getting into that. Cool little dope instrumental. I don't know, that last track, I'm not talking about that instrumental, I'm talking about the one that came before. I'm still thinking about that. I'm still thinking about the tree. Track number 7 is The Mansion. This is starting off very in a dark place.
There's nobody waiting for me.
This guy's not okay.
The door into the mansion. Leaves a trail over the mountain. There's no east side, there's no stopping, and the peak is wide and rocky.
You know, I think by when he says the warming, he's kind of referring to like a depression. He has lyrics regarding the topic of seeing the destination. You know, seeing where you're going, but have there being, you know, no ending to it. You know, a mansion with no door. You know, you want to get into the mansion, but you can't. There's no door to the mansion. It's not possible. I mean, incredibly raw lyrics, and he's not really even being too absorbed. We understand how he feels, but he's not really talking about how he feels personally. It's just he's kind of putting it in kind of complex metaphors and messages. I think in a way like that, people can find it more relatable because we're not hearing just his experience. He's kind of putting it in words that everybody can kind of understand. Number 8 is Something. I don't know if I should let those two play out, but I'm not gonna. I really feel like I'm not doing this album justice because I'm taking breaks and commentating in between. And this album so far is just structured amazing. Every song on it is structured amazing too. You know what that song sounded like? That song sounded like Inside the Mansion. And I know, and I'm not bullshitting either. Think about an empty mansion. Think about the mansion, what it would look like in the 7th track. Make it completely empty. I can see that music playing in it. Yeah, that was amazing. That was literally me. All right, carrying on with the second Something. I mean, I don't know, just industrial noises. Not really music to me, but it was good. Track number 10 is I'll Not Contain You.
My lost, your eyes can't leave my coffin.
Just a pretty short but necessary message talking about how the person whom he's separated with, he's not going to try to contain them, he's not going to try to keep them there, and he's just going to let it be. I really did like the harmonization between him and himself there. It really felt like there's multiple people singing even though it's just him. I love the little unorganized, disheveled guitars playing throughout the whole thing as well. And honestly, I kind of like how brief these songs are. Usually when it comes to albums like this where it's like the songs are incredibly short, I kind of forget what what a few songs before even sounded like. But here, I have recollection of everything up until this point. So far, it's incredibly memorable. Oh my god, guys, I'm all out on the lore behind everything. There's a Gleam part 2. I didn't even know of a Gleam part 1. I love this part right here. Yes. I really did low-key want that track to go on. I was kind of interested. Even though, I don't know why, like the beginning of that just made me super anxious. Just one strum at a time. Yeah, I like that song. It sounded like nothing so far. If I already heard that, I would assume that, it wasn't even on this album. But it made sense being there, yeah, but I don't know. Alright, track number 12 is Map. Are we back in the mansion here? We're back into something. This is kind of extravagant. Is that a female vocal? track was a lot to take in. I don't know why it's not loading. That track was a lot to take in, man. There was just so much going on. I unfortunately don't know what that track was about at all. I'm gonna need some serious context clues. It was just so many things going on with that instrumental. I feel like I immediately need to re-listen to it to really understand that whole thing. I'm easily the most confused that I've been so far, but that was amazing. I love the piano towards the end too. It really did sneak in there, and then the melody changed again. You know what I mean? The rhythm changed again. So much with that track. I was being yanked in all different directions. That was good. Track number 13 is "You'll Be in the Air."
Lost in the other passengers on the plane, but if you just moved your arms, so that you are in the air, you'd feel the yawning gulf grow wider, the hot blowing rock-filled winds.
Oh. He started it off by moaning. What the fuck?
And loud and clearly I'll pick out your resounding roar, able to feel your mind.
He got personal on that bridge. He's talking through metaphors of, as if she was actually floating away in the ocean. But then he just goes into, he says, "Over the cold river basin where we spend the night. And again, your gaping gap is pink and foggy light. When I wake up, your pet will pounce on me. I'll meet the day." Like, why do you have to hit me with some of these lyrics? Like, I don't understand why. Like, that felt way longer than 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That felt like a while. Track number 14 is "I Want to Be Cold."
It's raining on me. Don't want it to stop. I will not keep in the sand. I want water to rise and to cover all the land. The snow so bad. I hope your flames don't grow. I wanna be buried in snow. I just want to be cold. I don't want you to know.
I wish we heard more of that distorted little thing. Wow. What the hell? What was that? Dark lyrics yet. Him saying "I want to be cold." Basically, also code for saying I want to be dead. I like the part where he says that he wants to put his feet in the sand, and then the next thing he says is he wants the water to cover all the earth, which translates probably to I want to have my feet in the sand, but I want to be drowning at the same time because the water is going to be over me. Yeah, a very happy song. Very happy song. I've been noticing that a lot of the tracks open with the track title, open with the lyric. It did it there, and I think in a few other songs it did it as well. Track number 15 is "I Am Bored." A lot of dread here.
You tore a hole so deep.
This is... Oh, okay.
Now I'm bored. My bloody flow is slowed so we're losing touch. I reached in my extended hand through. Both know what we have to do.
Oh, we're back. This is a little... I like when albums do that. I like when albums, have, a recurring sound, a recurring theme that, because whenever I hear that sound, a month from now, or a year from now, if someone just played the little boom sound, then I would hear that and be like, oh, that album. It's kind of like if someone said, "I Remember You" was Conflicted, I would think of "To Pimp a Butterfly," because it's constantly being rewired into our head. It's just constantly being reminded to us that sound of where we actually are, and it's kind of bringing us back to earth from wherever state we are within the album. There is that foundation. Track number 16 is "I Felt My Size."
Coldness of the cave, the billowy flames lit out my face, and thinning smoke hung in the branches, waiting for wind. Real dawn came, I saw it crawl over the hill.
What? Why did the drums just fade out? I was getting into that. Why did the drums just fade out? They came in and just left. Okay, I think I know what he's pointing at here. Kind of boom behind end of this song is kind of foreshadowing that something is coming, because it started in the middle of the album, and it's maybe it's in the middle of the album there was kind of a switch towards the end of that when he said that him saying that he's small, he's not a planet at all. I think the reason why he's saying he's not a planet is because throughout multiple times on this album he's compared to himself as things within nature, whether it was the sea, the wind, or something like that. So this is him kind of coming to terms with him, being insignificant and him being small in the grand scheme of things, and basically saying everyone is as well. Track number 17 is Instrumental 2. Oh yes, I love this. I love this. Okay, cool little humming. All right. Yep. Chorus back with the little. Gonna be honest, guys, I zoned out there. Yeah, I zoned out there. That was cool though. That was a banger. All right. Track number 18 is I Feel Your Shape.
Was falsely strong. I held on tight and closed my eyes. Deep and heard you breathing. I felt the rise and fall of your chest. Overwhelmed by this new depth I don't think I ever felt. I could have sworn I wasn't alone.
Man, I don't want to... Yo, chill. I gotta pause. Throughout a lot of these tracks, he is recollecting on past experiences with his partner. And then the last couple lines are always about how, oh, wait, I'm alone now. Kind of thing. Because the story is about him hugging his partner. And, realizing that the hug is not all that special. That, it's kind of a superficial kind of hug. It kind of ends with him, coming back to himself saying, oh, wait, yeah, I am alone. Never mind. Can definitely see why that's popular. I would have liked it to be longer as well. Track number 19 is Track number 19 is Samurai Sword.
You're a
I love the way that started. I love the way that started. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that took a turn. His ex-girlfriend is now a polar bear, and he's trying to kill her with a sword. I guess we're kind of leading into the climax now of this album, which they're gonna fight. From what the last track is entitled, it seems like he lost. So we're gonna check that out. It's a long song. This album really does feel like a movie in a way, right? It's like we kind of really are building up into the last kind of stage of this album, and the little boom is making everything feel like a story, a big cohesive story. So I mean, yeah, he died, or at least he is dying. I liked how the snippets of the first song were kind of playing, kind of incoherently, from side to side during the 9 minutes of that. Because I was thinking about turning it off, man, but my attention span stuck through it. All right, I did it for y'all. Even off first listen, I would truly call this one of the best breakup albums I've ever heard. I'm just absolutely floored by how just amazing the structure of this whole album was. If there's one critique I gotta make, if there's one critique that I have to make, it's just the story of the breakup is kind of all over the place throughout the album until we get to the last two songs where he is finally like battling his ex. His I kind of wish the relationship was more structured throughout each song, so we can get a glimpse as to how the relationship was progressing, rather than just starting off the track with being, oh, the relationship is already over. It's like starting off the album with the relationship is already over. But here's the reflection, here's the summarization. Which I mean, now that I'm kind of saying it out loud, it is kind of dope. Love the production of this album. It kind of reminded me of Neutral Milk Hotel a little bit, and his vocals on some tracks did as well. And I think about it now, I think someone did recommend me this album on the Neutral Milk Hotel video, so it kind of does make sense. This album really did feel like a movie, because you know how like movies they have like certain sounds, like movies when it's intense, there's a certain sound, and then when it's intense later, it's gonna play the same sound, kind of like in TV shows as well. When you think of the sound that plays when something is building up, or when something is coming, this album did have that with the little gong kind of sound. I don't know what instrument that was, I'm sorry. And I did like the themes of nature throughout this album. Perhaps it just made the album make so much more sense, and it really gave it a direction, and just the imagery of everything is just so much better due to the fact that we can look at his relationship as earth objects, as the sky, volcanoes, other animals, polar bears, samurais. So yeah, thank you for the recommendation. If you want me to listen to anything else by the microphones or related to anything else, any other genre, drop it in the comments, and maybe I'll get to it. So yeah, thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Peace out.